Oh, as a black person living in China right now, as I am, you're good. I'm walking freely, talking freely, ain't no issues.
I'm moving to China. Fuck New York City. I am moving to China tomorrow.
Hello guys, welcome once again to the channel. I hope wherever you're watching, you're having a great time. Now, as racial tensions escalated in America, many people thought that the best way to survive is find another place that is a little bit safer for you to live. And that is what has been happening. The election of Trump became a redefining moment for most black Americans because they're finding that most policies that the government want to implement are racially targeted. They are so much aligned towards saving and helping whites over helping black people. And this is making some of the black people to feel left behind. You know that for years, American governance and its system have always worked to favor whites. And therefore, if you have a president who has openly declared that he is a pro-white president, then this really puts black Americans into a precarious situation. So in today's video, I want us to talk about this because I came across a trend where most blacks are finding it easier to move out of America and go to China and go and start living there. This is happening, and many are coming out to confess that living in China is way better than living in America. And remember, China is one of the countries that has been in contention over who is the true superpower. So I want you to listen and watch some of the clips that I've come across. Then I'll come back in the end to share my thoughts with you. Let's watch.
So I go ahead and create my red note, right? And I'm thinking that this place is like North Korea. Like everybody's living in poverty, they're oppressed by their government. Oh my God, is all I have to say. The first thing I say, you guys really have to work more than one job just to survive and like have a home and food? What? Americans are showing their medical bills and the Chinese don't know what to do. They're like, what? Like they can't even believe it. They're like, ours is free. And when you go to the hospital, it's like $100, including treatment. And then people are showing their ambulance bills. Because our ambulances are thousands of dollars. Theirs is free. Free. And don't even get me started on the grocery hauls. These people go in these grocery haul. Like I've never even heard of that word here. Like we're just like, eating crackers to survive here to pay rent. Like they're hauling groceries that like would be worth like $1,000 here. But for them, it's like nothing. And it's all healthy, high quality food. Hence why they're all skinny, gorgeous, and their skin is perfect. So I just don't have words for this. And their trains look like they came out of the year 3000. It literally looks like out of a frickin' movie. And there's no homeless people. And they're immaculate. And like extremely high speed. Like New York City subway. Like what the fuck are we doing here? Their cars and phones are 10 times more technologically advanced than ours. And affordable. And you know what's funny? We can't have them here. We're not allowed. They're banned. They're banned. And do not even look up Chinese kindergarten. Don't look it up. It'll make you so mad. I almost swan dove out my window when I saw Chinese kindergarten. Meanwhile, in our kindergarten, they can't even teach children, like, what's a boy and what's a girl. And they're teaching kids that they can identify as animals here in our country. So, I don't think we're the problem. I just don't think that we're the problem anymore. And this one's my favorite. They're all confirming that they don't have a social credit system like we've been told. But you know what we have over here is a credit score. We can barely do anything without it. So it's just almost like they're telling us that they have things that they don't, but we are the ones that actually have them. Interesting. So if you want to ruin your day and cry yourself to sleep every night and rethink your entire life and society and everything you've ever been told, go make a red note.
They call me a propaganda puppet just because I love living in China. Let's get real. I moved here for the culture, fell in love with the foods, and met so many amazing people. Now, when I compare my life to what it would have been like in the UK, night and day difference. The cost of living, affordable. The food, incredible. The opportunities, endless. But some people just can't handle the truth. They'd rather believe that China is just some terrible place instead of coming to see for themselves. Just have a look at iShow Speed. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Well, guess what? China changed me. It gave me a life that I could never have back home. That's the honest truth. So before you judge, maybe book a flight and open your mind. Come on, guys. Also, don't forget to follow me. I'm dropping a whole series that'll blow your stereotypes to pieces, literally.
I'm so tired from a night of fame.
Tiny little girl, they're so cute. And
This is a lot of people. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm behind you. I'm really nobody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm nobody. Oh, I'm not an athlete. I don't think you want. Yeah.
physio.
Can we take a photo?
Sure. We're gonna look cute. Let's do this. Alright, let's go. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. For you,
Oh my
right?
God.
Okay, well, let's do it. Let's do it. We got it. Lady Gaga, this is how you
Lady
feel?
Gaga. Dog, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I really get the fuck out of this goddamn country. And I wanted to leave, you know, when I was deploying and traveling when I was in the military, and I finally got exposed to, you know, the outside bubble beyond, you know, movies and TV screens, right? And, you know, being like 19, 18, 20 years old and experiencing Japan and Dubai and Jordan and Kuwait and, you know, France and all these different places, I'm like, wow, bro, like, America stinks. And it doesn't have to be this way, you know? And, you know, like, a lot of times people be like, oh, well, there's you know, racism in other countries and da-da-da. And it's like when I was in Japan, the racism as a black person you might experience, like, you still have the luxury of being American, you know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna tell y'all, this is how it go. It's simple. It sound unreal, but this is how it go in China. Once you get hired by a good company, they're gonna buy your ticket to get there. They're gonna help you get all your visa, get everything settled. The next thing they're gonna do, they're gonna ask you, do you have a family? Because if you have a family, that means they're gonna buy you a bigger apartment so your family can be comfortable. They're not gonna put you in no small apartment if you have a family of 2, 3, 4. Next, they're gonna buy the apartment. They're gonna show you videos and photos. Then you can negotiate your own salary. If it's a good company, you can get paid $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, up to $4,000 or $5,000 a month. This is with no apartment, no bills, no expenses. They cover everything. And I'm not Christian or anything, but if you want to go home for the holiday, they can pay for your round trip ticket.
so for some reason, it's just like hard for people to really comprehend what I'm saying. Like, when you work in China, bro, they take care of everything. Like, everything I'm telling y'all is 100% true. They take care of you. They give you a free flight there once you get hired. A free apartment, furnished. Everything comes included. You don't have to worry about anything. And no, they're not paying you no cheap salary. When you're going to work there as a foreigner, especially as an American, they're going to pay you comparable to what you get paid here. But the difference is you save a lot more. On top of the free flight there, the free, fully furnished apartment, and sometimes even free meals. Everything is so cheap out there. I'm talking about you don't even have to cook. $2, $3 meals that you can buy for yourself. Best public transportation in the world by far. Subway,
costs less than $1 to take to most places around whatever city you in. Like, these job opportunities are really out there offering all of these perks, and even more if you got a family. Like, they really look out for their employee. They know as an American, when you're traveling halfway across the world to work for them, you're expecting the best, and they do their best to provide that for you. Like, these opportunities really be clutch and like a fresh of breath air, because as an American myself, experiencing the system and not really liking it, feeling like I'm bogged down and constrained, like being able to leave the country and finally save and still live a great lifestyle at the same time was like amazing to me. And Americans should be more open-minded to exploring these opportunities, because it was absolutely life-changing for me. Like, people got their thoughts about, overseas and China in general, but like, as a 6'8" black man, I was extremely comfortable, safe, had no problems, saved my bread, did what I had to do, enjoyed my life, and then when I wanted to come back home to visit family, did that. Everything was smooth. I couldn't believe how seamless it was for me for going to a foreign country I'd never been to before. Like, I'm really telling y'all be surprised what y'all find out there, because the life I lived there was way better than the one I lived in America, I'm telling you. And I know a lot of y'all can probably relate to, how stuff going on for y'all in America, but for me, that switch changed my life.
Listen, if you all are not coming to China in 2025, you're going to be done in the next 10 to 15 years. I just saw a video of an individual. He said the same thing. He's only been here 2 weeks, and he's just now discovering what I've known for 17 years. Listen, I live in China. I do business here. I have a lot of stuff going on here in China. I help people source. Yes, you do have companies who are willing to pay for your first round of production. The innovation here, the forward thinking here, the building, and what they are trying to do here is just unmatched when it comes to the US. You don't even have to come here and take your products back to the US. You have companies in China, Chinese companies, large enterprises that will help you advertise in other markets. Listen, y'all, I live in China, been here for almost 7 years. I have my family here. We are within this community. And if you are owning any type of brand and you are doing business in China, this is the time to get here and to connect with manufacturers. They are literally helping. I can't even speak about all of the stuff that is going on. And it's kind of hard because you have to be here to even understand the gravity of what I am saying.
In China, were they racist?
Well, racism in China is something different. It's more ignorance, because you can go like to villages that people have never seen a black person before. They're very excited. It's like, oh my God, I see like somebody like out of the planet. Some of people even like scratch like your body to see like, oh my God, this is like different. But
wow.
They don't hate you.
No, again, any racism in China once.
You don't have hate. I have encountered hate in America though. Race in America is very tense. America is a well-segregated country. Oh, you're black, you have to go to your black. Hispanic, you have to go to your Hispanic. And then me that I'm neither. I'm African. Like, where'd I go to? I've been to Arkansas, this woman, oh my goodness. Oh, you're very fortunate to be in America. Like, so people think you don't have a life until you arrive in America. Like, you didn't have, came from China. I had a life before I came to this country. So you just came to China and said, boom, miracle happened. Like that. Like, there's nowhere else in the world to live.
Okay, so I am living in China, and I've been living here for almost 3 years now. I went to high school for 2 years in Chinese boarding school, and now I'm in college. And I just wanted to give you guys my experience of basically a brief rundown of what it's like being black in China. So first of all, everyone was like, before I even came to China, everyone was like super nervous. They're like, oh my God, Chinese people are so racist. Like, you gotta be careful. Like, they don't like y'all over there. But let me tell y'all, when it comes to racism, here's what I'll point out. There are, of course, like mainly the racism that you'll experience in China will be like online, like trolls. So for example, for me, like on Chinese social media, like Douyin, which is like China TikTok, sometimes I'll be seeing people comment some crazy racist shit. Like it goes around. Even sometimes on like social media, like people will just post some stuff and it's like really crazy. So that is like pure blatant racism, but it's always online. Like I swear to God, it's just internet trolls. Like you can't control it. Of course it's gonna happen, but it's not the majority of like Chinese netizens. It's really not. But yeah, in real life, people don't like, you don't really experience, I haven't really experienced much racism, and I'm in like the Shanghai, Suzhou area, and I've also like traveled around different parts of China, and honestly, okay, one time I did get called, like Heigui, which is like the N-word in Chinese, by this one guy. It was like this drunk guy, and he like said it, and that's like really it, but awkward.
So I live in China, and moving to China was one of the worst things I have ever done in my life. Like, look at this. Huge living room, view of the highway, view of beautiful nature, mountains back there. Look at this, and just look at the kitchen. Look how big the kitchen is. The kitchen is huge. Like, what? And we just bought this refrigerator for only like $240. Somewhere around there. Amazingly beautiful refrigerator with a freezer at the bottom. And this place is like 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's one of the worst decisions that we could have ever made. Horrible decision, don't do it. By the way, if you can't tell, I'm totally kidding. You should definitely consider moving abroad.
I moved out of the US 5 months ago, and it was the best decision I've ever made. I was living in New York City, and then I accepted a job in Beijing and moved in February. It's been absolutely life-changing, Since I left, I had like American blindfolds on, and now being out of America, they're completely removed. I've realized so much being out of the States that the way that Americans live is not normal. The way that politicians are enacting laws and speaking to people and detaining people and shooting people, like, that's not normal. People don't live like that. And I think people of my generation and the generation below me have gotten so used to absorbing news like that of mass shootings and crime and hate crimes and these crazy laws that are stripping away their rights, that we're just kind of like, oh, that's just how it is. Like, this is normal. It's not. I walk around outside alone at night, and I've never once feared for my life here. I've never once experienced hate crime. I've never once witnessed hate crime. I've never once witnessed racism here in China. Some countries are worse than others, and I do know that there's a lot of countries that they have their issues, and there are racist people around the world and hate crime around the world. I do understand, but the way that America is set up, it's kind of like we're conditioned to just learn that this is just the normal way of life, and they're almost enabling it through the laws that they're passing and the rights that they're taking away. Needless to say, never been more stress-free living out of the States, saving so much money here. I'm traveling so much more. I'm meeting so many more people. I have the best community around me. I have the best job. I'm able to go to work and then go out for dinner and travel to another country that weekend and come back and work again. Like, I've never been able to experience as much life as I am in these past 6 months than the first 25 years of my life. I can't express, like, you don't realize it until you leave. You do not realize how much you've missed out and how much you've been just tolerating until you leave. I'm very blessed, and the job that I accepted here helped me move, and they help with my living accommodation. And regardless, there's so many jobs that are hiring English teachers, translators. It's so possible, and it's so easy. I don't like how people are throwing their negativity out and saying, oh, well, it's too difficult, it's too expensive. It's not. Do your research. There's ways to do it. I would love to answer any questions that anyone has about moving, or the visa process, or what jobs are out here, or what the price of rent is. Like, I don't know everything because my situation's really specific, but I do know basic stuff here, and I would love to learn more and research more. So if you do have any questions, I would love to answer. I just do want you to know that it's so worth it. It's absolutely so worth it. Leave the country. Leave the country.
So I'm an American that lives in China, and let me tell you, being in China is definitely a life hack, because what do you mean this hotel is only $40 a night? Let me show you around. All right, so this is the entrance area when you first come in, and normally you have a sink area as well that's external to the bathroom. The bathroom is super, super nice. Cool little, toilet and everything. Literally everything you need. Look at this shower. Literally, you know how much we would have had to pay in America if we want a shower like this? Like dark accent shower, 2 shower heads, full soaps, and everything that you need. But this is pretty much what you can expect whenever you get a hotel here in China. Like, you get 2 beds, all for $40 now. Big TV. The TV is literally huge. And you even get a desk area. You guys can say hey to my fiance. He's like watching stuff. But yeah. Anyway. But yeah. And take a look at this view. Take a look at the view. The view is like, it's a lot of construction going on over here. But, this is great for only $40. So yeah, if you're thinking about coming to China to visit or live or whatever, you should definitely consider it, because it's literally a life hack. You're literally cutting off 50 to 60% of the cost of living, literally. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys real quick. But yeah, living in China is definitely a life hack.
What a great clip there. I think it is incumbent upon everybody to find a place that they feel at home, a place where they feel respected, a place where they feel they have the freedom to do what they want, and the place where they know their security is guaranteed. This in America for blacks is not, because even as you escape crime, you will be a target by the police, and therefore this is a serious challenge. So, in 2025, amid escalating political polarization and economic inequality in the United States, many black Americans perceive relocation to China as a viable escape from systemic barriers. Daily encounters with racial profiling, microaggressions, and institutional biases drain emotional resources, making the prospect of a fresh start abroad feel liberating rather than daunting. China's streamlined visa processes for skilled workers and digital nomads lower logistical hurdles, allowing experts to secure long-term stays with relative ease compared to navigating America's fragmented immigration debates. China's booming economy offers black Americans unprecedented professional opportunities in tech, education, and trade sectors, often with competitive salaries that stretch further due to their low cost of living. In cities like Beijing and Shanghai, experts report affordable spacious apartments and healthcare for under $1,000 monthly, a stark contrast to US urban rents exceeding over $2,500. This financial relief enables focus on career growth without the weight of student debt or wage gaps that plague black professionals stateside. Cultural curiosity in China towards black foreigners fosters a sense of novelty and inclusion, where individuals are often celebrated as exotic rather than stereotyped as threats. Unlike the hypervigilance of American policing and media portrayals, daily life in China involves minimal racial antagonism, with public spaces emphasizing collective harmony over divisions. This welcoming curiosity, amplified by China's global outreach via Belt and Road Initiative, draws black Americans seeking affirmation beyond US narrative of perpetual struggle. The ongoing trend of black Americans flocking to China in droves, fueled by viral social media testimonials and expert networks, reflects a collective disillusionment with America's post-2024 election landscapes. Ultimately, this migration wave symbolizes empowerment, as black Americans leverage China's merit-based integration to reclaim agency denied at home. Far from homesickness, many describe profound relief in environments prioritizing progress over prejudice, inspiring peers to follow suit as America's internal fractures deepen. China's allure as a land of equitable reinvention accelerates this exodus, redefining black success on a global stage. So blacks have found that living in China and going to find your life in China is becoming more bearable and more practical, compared to living in the United States. And this is something that has made many of them choose to go and live in China as opposed to being in America. Share your thoughts down in the comment section. And if you're watching us for the first time, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share. Thank you, and let's meet on the next one.